Hello, everyone. Welcome into the Viewhouse Centennial and happy Victory Monday, Broncos country. Boy, do we got a way to celebrate today. We got defensive superstar Nik Bonitto in the house. Our first two-time guest of the season. We had to have you back, Nick, because my goodness, your season has been so much fun. We're going to dive into it, but I just want to start with you guys are 9-5. You need one win to clinch a playoff spot and an 8-year playoff drought. It's a really big deal to the fans. I'm curious, what does it mean to you to be a part of the team that's about to do that?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. I mean, just knowing, a lot of the guys that have been here for a while and, haven't been able to, see that type of success and be to the playoffs, just being able to help those guys out and be a part of that, it's, pretty special for me. So
when you guys look at, I'm curious, do you scoreboard watch in the sense of, if we win this many games, we could lock up this seed in the playoffs?
I mean, you kind of, see the stuff going on, but at the same time, you don't want to get too worried about other teams where you don't handle your own business. So I think, for the priority is kind of just, handling what we got to do, and we'll get in. So, just continue to stack up W's is the main thing for us.
Well, you're always handling your business. Yesterday, your second defensive touchdown in as many games. And this one, I keep wanting to call it a pick six. It's, weird that it's technically not. But nonetheless, talk us through this, because this was an elite read by, maybe a stupid play by them, but an elite read by you.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of seeing, how the play was developing. When they threw it to the receiver, it was kind of really backwards for a screen, so I kind of already knew something was up. And the way AR was kind of just floating around, I kind of knew it might have been a throwback. So I just trusted, what I was seeing and ended up making the play on the ball, and the rest is history. So
what's it like when it's just you in that green grass, and
Shoot, just trying not to get caught, honestly. I always look back, the last two times I've done it, just to make sure I'm not going to get caught by the guy behind me. But, I got to trust my feet, but I was able to just score on both of them, so I was happy.
They were just incredible. I don't know if you heard this, but here's what the Colts receiver had to say about it and about the pick.
If you kind of look from my perspective, it was there pretty much until 15 just turned to Ed Reed and just came through out of nowhere. So, I mean, it was a great play by him. So.
I love that response. Until you turned into Ed Reed. But you've said this before. You played a little safety, right?
Yeah, I played a little bit of everything in high school. So I definitely had that in my background. So, I mean, you could kind of see it on a couple of those plays. But no, it was pretty funny when I seen that, just people sending it to me. And definitely not him, but, I mean, it was good to make a play for sure.
Yeah, it's always good to be mentioned with Ed Reed, though, right?
No, 1,000%.
All right. Now that you've got that TD and then the Cleveland pick six, have you rated them? Which one's better? Which one's your favorite?
I like the Cleveland one better.
Okay.
Just because it was Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
My first pick six in the NFL, so it was pretty cool. So I would definitely say that one for sure.
I feel like it's fun that we're at the point where we're rate your touchdowns. When's the last time you scored a touchdown before these two?
High school was probably high school was definitely the last time I scored my senior year.
That's incredible, and incredible that you're doing it in the NFL. And now what's been really fun is people are saying Nik Bonitto, this man is in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. Have you given any consideration to that? What would that mean to you?
I don't think too much about it. It still kind of seems surreal that I'm in those type of conversations or people are bringing me up in that. So that's pretty cool, but I try not to think about it too much. Just try to go out and just play every game, one by one, and just doing what I got to do. So,
what do you say if I had to say, what have been the keys to your success this year? What would you say they've been?
It's probably, collective things. VJ, he's done a great job, putting us in the right positions and calling the right stuff to help us, not just me, but everybody make plays. And you got to start with the D-line. Everybody's been rushing well together. Everybody's been playing off each other. We all been rushing well, so, I mean, everybody's going to eat in that room. And then go to the linebackers covering well, DBs covering well. So, I mean, it's been everybody really, just coming together and everybody starting to make plays. So
just a team player. It was funny because we had Zach Allen last week, and he said sometimes he thinks he's going to get the sack, and then he's and then Nick just comes around the corner. Do you have friendly competition who's going to get there first?
The only friendly competition I have is with Coop.
Okay.
So, I mean, we always getting on each other about who's going to be, the higher sack guy in the room and stuff like that. So those are just friendly little competitions that we have, and it always brings out the best of us in the games and stuff like that.
I love it. You guys got a wager going on?
No wager, just a little friendly competition.
Okay. You might want to do that. You might want to do like dinner or something because you might win.
For sure, maybe, possibly. We'll talk about it.
We love this tandem of you and Crypto. It is the best. We're so happy we got Nik Bonitto joining us tonight on the show here. Welcome back to Xfinity Monday Live here at the Viewhouse Centennial. Another Victory Monday. Nik Bonitto, one of the many players that continues to spoil us with these Victory Mondays. It has been a lot of fun. Nick, of course, I got to ask you about, a game-changing play yesterday, Jonathan Taylor. But my question is, have you ever seen anybody drop the ball like that, inches before the end zone?
I don't think it's ever happened to me. I've seen it happen like on like other games and stuff like that, but I don't think I've ever been a part of a game where that happened. But I'm glad it did though, because it worked out for us and we ended up, winning after that. So no, that was definitely much needed for sure.
Is this something where like coaches are like, show this and they're like, don't you dare do that?
Oh no, Sean would have lost his mind if somebody did that on our team. He shows that to us all the time, and yeah, I would feel bad for whoever did that on our team if they did that. So.
Yeah, Troutman said if you guys were playing on the road that you'd be getting a commercial flight back by yourself. Like, Sean's not having that.
I'm surprised he even said the commercial. I just let him walk home and shoot, but...
All right, well, one thing is we know is we're not going to see it from anyone on the Sean Payton Broncos. Nick, we keep talking about your incredible season, and we look at some of these comparisons. Probably the coolest one is only 4 players in NFL history have done what you've done with the 11.5 sacks and 2 defensive touchdowns. 2 of them are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. The other one's J.J. Watt. He will be. 2 of them have won Defensive Player of the Year. And then it's your name on that list, like going on that trajectory. I'm curious, when you started the season, everyone in Broncos country knew who you were, right? But you are a household name across the country now. Has life changed for you?
As far as like just like you said, just being kind of more of like national, being on the national stage, and people kind of know my name now a little bit. I would say that was probably the biggest thing for sure. Is like life changing, but I just try to stay grounded. You got to keep going and just keep working hard. Yeah,
you flex in the locker room a little bit.
Nah, no flexing. Everybody be hyping me up, though, but I be trying to stay level-headed, so.
I love that. It's funny because, like, we start the year, obviously we're always talking about PS2 in the Defense Player of the Year conversation, but we're talking about Pat, we're talking about you, we're talking about Zach Allen. So much talent on this defense. How are you all able to thrive and be so successful?
Yeah, man, I think it's just that we play for each other. We got a bunch of guys who know the system and all coming back this year. We all love playing for each other, so you could definitely see it on the field with how we run the ball, how we communicate calls, and how we're just playing, hard for each other. So.
One awesome thing that you did just a couple weeks ago, your Thanksgiving giveaway, your first one. What does that mean to you, and why did you want to do that?
Yeah, it meant a lot for me. I know the city, they do so much for us as far as just coming to the games, supporting us and things like that. So I definitely want to try to give back any way I can. And once I saw the opportunity, I definitely wanted to do it and try to give back. So
that's awesome. Well, we are so appreciative for what you do on and off the field, Nick. That's just incredible. We got a lot more coming up here with Nik Bonitto. It's time now for the People Want to Know. People Want to Know brought to you by Common Spirit, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos and champions for the communities we serve. This is kind of a unique one. Carissa wants to know, what retired quarterback do you wish you could have played and sacked?
I don't think he's retired yet, but someone like I always kind of watched when he was in college in the NFL was Cam Newton. So,
okay.
Kind of wanted to play against him eventually and eventually sack him, but he would probably be the guy just because I kind of looked up to him when we were growing up. So. Okay,
I love that. I love that. Tara wants to know, actually this has been a debate. The celebration from yesterday, great celly. Some people thought it was paying homage to Marshawn Lynch. Some said it was Von Miller. Or was that just your own creation?
Definitely it was Marshawn. He kind of gave me the idea with what he did. Honestly, in the moment, before the game, I didn't even know because, I would never thought I was going to get a pick again. But as soon as I caught the ball, I just started thinking of stuff to do on the fly, and then that was the first thing that came to my head. So
that was amazing. I've never heard of an illegal demonstration. Have you?
They just started making those stuff to find.
Whatever.
So,
the people loved it.
Yeah.
The people loved it. Sarah wants to know, what's your favorite thing about Colorado?
Favorite thing about Colorado? Probably when I go hiking and stuff like that, just being able to find a good trail and just being able to go out there, listen to some music, go out with my dog and start walking and stuff. So.
I love it. Awesome. Well, that was The People Want to Know, brought to you by Common Spirit. We're going to take a little break up here. And coming up next, we'll take a little look at Justin Herbert, another Oregon quarterback. Not your Oregon quarterback, the other one. We'll be right back. after this. And we're so honored tonight. We got Nik Bonitto in the house. In short week, you're going to play Justin Herbert. The nice thing, I guess, is you've seen this guy a few times. You get to know these division quarterbacks so well. What's the biggest challenge with Herbert?
Yeah, I mean, one is probably just getting him down. I mean, he's a big dude, like 6'6". He's very strong, so it's definitely going to take an effort to bring him down. So, but yeah, he's a good quarterback. He's one of the better ones that we get to face in this league. So, just being able to try to get after him and make the job easier for the back end, it's going to be big this week. So
he's a former Oregon quarterback. Your quarterback, Bo Nix, is a former Oregon quarterback. Any similarities between these two?
I think the way they can make plays with their legs, I feel like it's kind of the same. Their play style is just a little bit different, but if I had to pick one similarity, it's definitely Bo and Justin both using their legs to make plays, whether it's just running or down the field or throwing down the field.
Interesting. Sean Payton was saying today, Bo's got a little bit of like moxie, especially for a rookie, that kind of bleeds through the locker room. Do you feel that, especially like from a rookie? Are you surprised at all?
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, like I've told most people this, like just when him coming in day one, he totally acted like a pro. You couldn't tell that he was a rookie when he first walked in, just the way that he commanded the offense and even just, the room in general. So just being able to come into that, that as a rookie and, being able to do that was pretty cool by him.
Pretty impressive. The whole team. So impressive. We're having so much fun, so close to clinching in the playoffs. Nick, it's been such a treat. It's been so much fun watching this year. Thank you for joining us, my friend.
Anytime. Thank you so much.
Guys, thanks for joining us. We'll have a little extra with Nick on CBSColorado.com. Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Time now for a few extra minutes with Broncos superstar linebacker Nik Bonitto. We can say superstar now. It has been so fun watching you. You and Coop, though. Tell me how you guys feed off each other, make each other better, because it feels like that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with like the relationship off the field, and not just with Coop, all the guys in the room, with Till, Jonah, Andrew Farmer in the room. So I mean, all those guys, we all love each other. We all enjoy playing with each other. So it kind of makes it easy to just go on the field and be in sync and knowing how each other plays and just doing all that type of stuff. So
we always knew how talented you were, right? You knew how talented you were. But at what point during this season did maybe it register for you that you're like, man, I could have a defensive player of the year type of a season?
Shoot. I mean, I always, like you said, I've always known I had the capability to do that. It was always just a matter of just being able to just wait my turn and being able to take advantage of the opportunity. And I definitely feel like I've had more opportunity this year, so I definitely try to take advantage of the moment for sure.
The stakes get higher and higher every week, but this team has really answered the call every week. The moment never seems too big, but you got another huge moment. Short week, you could clinch the playoffs. How do you guys not make that bigger than when it is really big?
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's something we haven't done here in a while, so it's a pretty big opportunity. But at the same time, it's just going to go back to, at the end of the day, we want to keep winning games. Playoffs are a very big thing here, but as long as we handle what we're supposed to do the rest of these last 3 games, it's going to come. But, we just got to keep stacking these wins.
Defensively, you guys always come up with the big plays when your team needs it most. But when you look at the final few weeks before the postseason, what are areas that you say, maybe we really want to shore up on that before the playoffs?
Communication is probably just the big thing, whether it's the D-line communicating on when we're rushing or the back end communicating on what coverage we're in. Same with the linebackers. So, I mean, if we're all on the same page, man, it's hard to beat us. So, communication is probably the biggest thing.
Nick, when you look at this Broncos team, so from the outside, right, everybody said, oh, this was going to be a rebuilding year. You got all this money from the Russ contract. You got a rookie quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, it has been anything but a rebuilding year. When did you know this team had something special?
I've been through it, like, even when everybody was saying all that stuff about people, the decisions we made. And I'm just like, nobody understands, like, the talent we have, like, still in the locker room. And I think it kind of went underrated throughout the offseason. And we kind of seen that with how people were projecting us. But, I mean, it's not a surprise what we're doing this year. Everybody knew in the building what type of talent we had and in the coaching that we had. So it's not a surprise at all.
What's the biggest thing to success on a short week?
Recovery. I mean, we're at the point of the season where we know what we're doing. We played these guys already, so we kind of know what they want to do. So in a game like this, you kind of just got to recover with a short week and, just be ready to play on Thursday.
You mentioned you know these guys. Does it help playing a divisional opponent on a short week?
1,000%. I mean, like you said, we played them already. we kind of know what they like to do. Obviously, there's going to be different changes because since we played them earlier in the year, they might have changed some things up. But for the most part, I feel like we have a good understanding, and we just got to shore up those things and be ready to play.
That's great. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun Thursday night. Everything on the line. We can't wait to see what you do, Nick. Thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime.
Guys, thanks for tuning in. We will see you next time.